We're living on a gifted earth, full of seed, water, air, minerals, light, and life. So why does man keep turning abundance into scarcity? How do you take a planet that grows food out of dirt, build a system that makes people fight, beg, borrow, and kill just to live on it? That doesn't sound like wisdom. That sounds like a broken mind running the controls. Now let's zoom out. This is bigger than one war, bigger than one president, bigger than one country. Because the same pattern keeps showing up. The earth gives us life, man takes what came from the earth and uses it to make weapons. The earth gives us metals, oil, stone, and seed. And man says, I'm going to turn this into bombs, prisons, paper, laws, ownership, titles, and systems that decide who gets to eat. That's the part that should make everybody pause. Because how do you take a shared gift and build an entire machine around denying other people access to the gift? So here's the real question. How did human beings turn abundance into ownership, ownership into control, and control into a death system? Because that's what this is. Not life, a death pattern. The bud is easy to see. Wars, debt, land grabs, human trafficking, governments making rules over things that they did not create, men printing paper and calling it value while people starve beside rivers, forests, farmland, and oceans. That's the visible problem. And let's be honest, a lot of what we call the economy is just organized pressure people waking up every day to chase symbols, numbers, and permission slips just to survive on a planet that was already producing before any bank ever existed. That's wild. The tree never asked for a receipt. The sun never sent an invoice. The rain never said, that'll be $39.99 plus tax. So what exactly are we doing here? But here's where it gets deeper, because this is not just greed. This is a spiritual and mental disorder in how man thinks about life itself. The root is this. Man forgot he's a steward and started acting like he is the owner. That's the root. He forgot that earth is a gift and started treating it like it's inventory. He forgot that people, his fellow image bearers with breath, and started treating them like labor units, consumers, statistics, prisoners, and cargo. That's not normal. That's not clear thinking. That's not sanity. Any mind that can look at soil, seed, water, and human life and then build a machine that traffics people, poisons food, destroys land, profits from war, that mind is out of alignment with truth. Because truth says life is the value, not paper, not titles, not fake scarcity, not numbers or screens. Life is the value. The seed is the value. The womb is the value. The breath is the value. The land is the value. The water is the value. The people are the value. Everything else is supposed to serve life. But this machine does the opposite. It asks life to serve money. And once society starts sacrificing life to protect symbols, status, and control, you are no longer looking at civilization. You are looking at sophisticated bondage. And this is why people feel so tired. Because deep down, the soul knows something is off. We're not made to spend our whole existence racing clocks, serving fake urgency, and competing over access to what the Most High already made abundant. We are not created to hate each other over resources that came before all of us and will remain after all of us. We're not created to murder each other over minerals, oil, land, and paper claims. That's a learned behavior. That is trained blindness. That is inherited disorder. A lot of people have been taught to call that normal. It is not normal. It's just common. and common is not the same as righteous. And here's the cut, because nip it in the bud is not here just to expose the smell. We're here to clear the air. The cut starts in the mind. Stop calling every system reality just because it's old. Some systems are just lies with uniforms on. Stop worshiping money over life. Money is a tool at best. It is a terrible God. Stop letting the machine teach you that your neighbor is your enemy. Your neighbor did not create the cage. And stop returning your mind to what's real. Food is real. Water is real. Land is real. Breath is real. Family is real. Skill is real. Truth is real. Yahweh creation is real. That fake layer on top, that can pass away tomorrow. But life is still the miracle. So build what gives life. Protect what gives life. Teach your children what gives life. And stop letting death systems define success for you. Because any plan that leads away from truth, peace, stewardship, and shared life is not a plan of wisdom. It is the wide road to destruction. This is nip it in the bud. The bud, man turned abundance into scarcity. The root, man forgot stewardship and started worshiping control. Turn to truth, build around life, and stop bowing to fake systems that cannot create a single sunrise. Use that energy to build something real if you're building. And if you're building online, that's allystreethosting.com, direct to upc.com. Every episode is brought to you by the world's best air freshener, Stinky Stopper, because your house should smell like peace. Peace.